Vanakkam, Namaste, or Sitaram. And in this final video on that aspect of worship of Saraswati Mata, right, we are going to discuss the different Saraswatis or different types of Saraswati, right? In the Rig Veda, it gives description of three Saraswatis, which would be Matangani Saraswati, Tara Saraswati, right, and Veena Saraswati. Right, Matangani is more, her aspect is more mantra or that primal form, right? She's in that more primal form of Saraswati of Matangani is more mantra wise, right? Vak or speech is more of Tara Saraswati, and language, formalized language or Sanskrit or music in this that is more Veena Saraswati. Veena Saraswati would actually be, right, that aspect of the Saraswati that we more commonly known, that we more worship, that is sitting on that white swan with the Veena, or that sitar, and is there. We know, and who's holding the Vedas and whatever, that holding the book and so forth. That is Saraswati that we most commonly know. Right. Um, another aspect. There's another aspect of Tara Devi in that aspect of Saraswati, and I will mention this in the Miru Tantra. They give you description of seven, or the Sapta Saraswatis, and those sevens are, right, is Chintamani Saraswati, Chintamana Saraswati, Jana Saraswati, Neela Saraswati. Neela as in Nila or Nwela Saraswati, right? Which is equivalent to Siva. Almost has a look to similar to Varahi Devi in very modest that royal navy blue aspect, but has characteristics in this aspect and nature of Tara Devi of the Das Mahavidas. Right? Her offering also is not all sattvic, they are rajasic and tamasic in nature, just similar offerings like how you would offer for Varahi. Right? You have Gata, you have Gata Saraswati, you have Kini Saraswati, you have Anta Riksha Saraswati, and you have Trikutar Saraswati. One of the Saraswatis that they don't mention there would be Matangani. Matangani Mata of the Das Mahavidas is also known as a Saraswati because of her aspects for music, for speech, and for knowledge. She is one of those, that aspect that is more or less where knowledge comes from. She's one of the Das Mahavidas, which is not the mothers of tantric knowledge in this aspect. And she is worshipped for that aspect of knowledge, be it Rajasic, Tamasic, wherever. Right? So she's also known that. So she's very much similar to the regular Saraswati, to that Veena Saraswati. So these are the different Saraswatis that can be worshipped. But again, these Saraswatis must be worshipped in a conducive atmosphere. You must be allowed, or more or less be guided to worship them, or get permission to worship from your guru. You just cannot pick up and say, well, I'm going to worship this one, I'm going to worship. You must have that diksha from your guru. You must have that blessing, that more or less that allowance from your guru that will teach you mantras, teach you sadhanas, and all these different things, but tell you the right prasad time frames and all these different things to perform the sadhanas for these respective Saraswatis. Right? These are things that you just cannot worship them at any particular time. They do have particular time frames within the day, within the week, and within the month, right? Based on the bright fortnight or the dark fortnight, however you are worshiping them, you have to get that guidance from a guru, your pundit, your spiritual leader, whoever it is, to guide you to worship them. So, as I said, these are the different Saraswatis. Right? These are the different Saraswatis, as I was saying. And again, I'll go through them. Right? You have Chintamani Saraswati, Jana Saraswati, Neela Saraswati, as again, which is akin to Tara Devi in the Das Mahavidas, right? You have Gata Saraswati, Rini Saraswati. You have Antariksha Saraswati, and Trikuta Saraswati. Right? The Rig Veda, right? The Rig Veda gives you mentions three Saraswati. Matangri Saraswati, Tara Saraswati, and Veena Saraswati. Right? It says that mantra is more the primal forms of Matangri Saraswati. Vakt or speech is Tara Saraswati. And formalized language or Sanskrit is more Veena Saraswati. They are important. They are more or less, these three Sarasatis are important as Hinduism and also represents the three wisdoms. Listen to that. They are important to us and represent the three wisdoms. There are different levels of wisdom. When you're looking at that aspect of Vedanta, when it talks about it takes me back to an article that was written about Vedanta and knowledge. The one that is heard, the one that is memorized, and so forth. And then the one that is regurgitated, the one that comes back out. When from what you read, you learn, and now you give it back. It's like when a teacher teaches you something, right? That is one. Then it is understood. The other one is understood. You meditate upon it and you understand. You gain more wisdom out of it, you gain more understanding. And then the one that is regurgitated, that you can explain and bring it about into conversations with other individuals. That is a different aspect also. So this is also do. So these has been the different Saraswati that Hinduism that has mentioned. The Mira Tantra gives you the Sapta Saraswatis, which I mentioned before, and then the Rig Veda gives you three in particular, which was the Matangani, the Tara, and the Veena. So I hope this mini-series has been educational where Saraswati Maata is concerned, her origin, her aspect, her time frame in living in Vaikund, the argument that she had with Ganga Mata and what took place between Ganga Mata herself and Lakshmi Mata, the shrab that was placed on all of them, right? I hope that her kavach and so forth, the importance of her kavach and how powerful it is, even though I did not give the mantras. Please forgive me for that. And that aspect of then the offerings, all the different offerings that you could offer for Saraswati Puja, be it for the Jayanti or anytime you're doing Saraswati Puja, and now the different aspects of Saraswati that do exist within Hinduism, be it the Tantras or Gamas or via the Rig Veda. All right, so I hope this has been more or less educational for you all. Please join me for the next 2 days. I will be doing more videos on other topics like Tithi, and I will do more details into a Vrat versus a fasting and other different things, aspects of Japam and Malas and so forth. I will be doing in the next 2 days or so accordingly. All right, so please join me for that. All right, Vanakam, good night, Sitaram.